Hello. Okay. Yeah, my name's Jeremy Whiting. I've been teaching kids from age 3 years old to 8 years old for the last 7 years. And currently, I teach kindergarten for Seattle Public Schools. I'm a hard worker. I show up early, I stay late, I work most weekends. I've got kids who have coughed on me, sneezed on me, I've been bled on, puked on. My classroom rug has been peed on more times than I care to admit. And 75% of my kids live in poverty. A lot of my kids face issues such as drug addiction in their families, racism, violence, homelessness, and mental illness, to name a few. Yet, without a moment's hesitation, I can honestly say I love my job. I'm super inspiring, right? A man fighting against all odds, even his own physical disability, to save children, right? No, really. I only hope that somebody's writing this down because it could really be a great movie. I mean, I could be Edward James Olmos in Stand and Deliver, or, I don't know, maybe Michelle Pfeiffer in Dangerous Minds. But in real life, it's a little different. There are no inspirational montage scenes in real life where kids suddenly learn to read, or everybody gets together to rebuild a neighborhood park with Eye of the Tiger playing in the background. It hasn't happened yet. All I get in my classroom are slow, imperceptible miracles. Last year, I had 24 kindergartners in my class that spoke 10 different languages. They showed up with the usual array of challenges. They came in with the typical range of abilities, but I am one man. I was unable to meet all of their needs. It wasn't possible, and I knew that going in. Now, I still found joy in the work. There were tough days, and on those tough days, I'd play some Dolly Parton, and I'd remind myself, yes, Dolly Parton will make you feel better at any time. I would also remind myself about those imperceptible miracles that I knew were happening. Then, summer came. June, July, August, the real reason teachers teach. I mean, right? So why the bleep would I go back to school with 16 of the toughest kindergartners for longer school days? 6 weeks of my summer gone? Well, what exactly is it that brings me back to the Y every summer? You know what? It's kids like Lara. Lara was in my class last year. She was the smallest kindergartner. She recently moved here from Pakistan. She was being raised by her mother, who spoke very little English, and I knew from the kindergarten home visits I'd done earlier in the school year that their possessions were meager. I also knew that Lara spent most of her time on her iPad mini watching Netflix. Now, I'll spare you my diatribe about kids and screens, but I can sum it up with 2 words. No and stop. Lara almost never spoke, unless to say, bathroom, water. She also looked miserable. She didn't know her letters, she wasn't great with a pencil, and while she was a hard worker, she was starting school already so far behind her peers. So when it came time for referring kids to the YMCA summer program that I'd be teaching, she shot to the top of my list. I thought, at the very least, I could keep her from watching Frozen 8 times a day in her bare apartment. But what actually happened over the summer was so much more than that. She woke up during those 6 weeks. During the school year, that teacher-student ratio was 24-1. During the summer, 8-1. Just consider that fact alone. And please vote for the class size initiative this fall on your ballots. Initiative 1351. During the summer, Lara was physically active, reading, writing, doing science, going on twice weekly field trips. She improved her reading skills more in that 6 weeks than she had the past 4 months. Her iPad mini gathered dust, but her smile became a regular fixture. She also got a little sassy. She would swivel her little head at me, call me Mr. Pizza Pants, and always let me know, I'm watching you. More importantly, Lara was happy. She squealed when it was time for science. She rolled her eyes at my bad jokes, and she walked with a dance in her step. I saw her make chemical reactions, dissect owl pellets, read and write actual stories. And by the end of the summer, she was at or above the grade level standard in reading. Summer, 6 weeks, closed the achievement gap in reading for her. Her confidence soared in ways I had never anticipated. And she is just one story. I have more. I saw what my kids were able to do during the school year with its school year constraints. And I saw what they were able to do during the summer. The progress was more rapid. Those miracles were less imperceptible. I worked long hours, and I was so happy to do it. And now, I want more. There are kids who need more next summer and the summer after that. I am here to do my part, but we all have a part to do in this as well. When funding decisions are made outside the classroom, out of sight of the Laras of the world, please picture them anyway. These kids are amazing, and they deserve the opportunities that other kids can take for granted. So thank you, YMCA, for making great things happen to awesome little people, and keep going.